Hello everyone from Mitesh Katira at apmh.in. The idea of today's session is to draw you to a hands-on experience as to what problems the Power BI can solve for us, how important is analytics, how it can be done very quickly and easily, how it can solve a lot of questions with regards to the root cause issues. Here is an example of an entrepreneur who is in the range of 100 crores of turnover annually, and is keen to find out the performance of his sales team. We worked on his data. We found out what is the kind of base data that he has in his ERP or any system that he uses. The beauty of Power BI, as we discussed in previous slides or previous video, which talks about how to pick up the data, etc. We showed you that the data sources the Power BI can access is more than 40-50 data sources. So you just click on get data and see the number of sources that the Power BI can actually pull the data into. Although Excel, CSV, etc. are very established one, but IBM database, Microsoft Azure, Amazon Redshift, SAP HANA, etc. A lot of options are available, including Facebook, including Dynamic AX, including LinkedIn, MailChimp, and so on, right? So amazing possibility of pulling in data. We here have used an Excel or CSV data source for pulling the data. As we showed you in the previous video, there are three important tabs in the Power BI. First is the tab where we can pull in the data. It is looking like a small table. So here are tables that we pulled in. We pulled in 6-7 different tables, as you can see, which are very detailed, and for 2 years data, these tables are there. We actually wanted to arrive at a salesperson level detail, but the salesperson were actually linked with the customers. So we had to create relationships between the basic sales file in this manner. This is the second very important tab that the Power BI has. This talks about how to set up relationships between different data sources. So invoices are linked with the customer, salesperson, mapping, and so on. So geography master, class IDs, inventory PLC master, and customer salesperson mapping were all linked with one particular file, that is the key sales register file, that is the invoice version 5.2 file, as you can see here. Once this link is established, lot of reports can be generated at various levels to create an ease of analysis. The idea here is to analyze the details yourself. Here, it is not required that you need an expert to analyze a report. You have an issue, you have a problem statement, you want to find out how is your performance of the salespersons. You can do it by a click of a button, right? So let's look at this. So we are just pulling in salesperson. From this report, we are pulling the sales values that they have closed in last 2 years, that is 18-19 data. We can look at the populated data along with the values qua salesman. We can click on sales in INR and we can make it top to bottom kind of a thing. So highest guy is Michael Barbosa, then second is Ramesh Babu, and so on. So we can identify the top 10 salespeople in last 2 years. We can also identify who has done the minimum sales by clicking reverse. Just click once and you can go reverse. So Saili Gawekar has done only 34,800 worth of sales, or Piyush Jain has done only 78 lakhs 10,000 of sales. as against total 129 crores of sales in last 2 years. So we can find out who are the top performers and who are the bottom performers. Now the question is to further go to the root cause as to which clients are these sales people hitting. And the report is again one click of a button. So we can pick up the customers and we can pick up the values in INR of the sales done by to these customers. Uh, let's pick up the sales in INR. Uh, Now you can see the total again matching with the total sales, that is 129 crores. So here are two lists which are related and talking to each other. This is the beauty of Power BI, wherein you can create dynamic filters and analyze stuff in a click of a button. So top uh, sales is done to Biocon and second is Arvindo. Now the question is, who are the top clients that Michael Barbosa is handling? And just on a click of a button to Michael Barbosa, the entire data is filtered to look at the client list of Michael Barbosa, which is 21 crores 35 lakhs of total sales. So what is the breakup? So we can see the names here of the customers whom Michael Barbosa is selling the stuff. Now with the question can be whether he's selling the stuff to right category of products. So we can go to product categories and we can pull out a report of sales for our product categories, and we can find out what is the product category mix of the products that Barbosa is selling to his customers. And in a click of a button we can make make out that he's I think the sales categories to be selected, there is some issue with the category. So biopharma and okay, so category is here: inventory, sales vertical and product segment. Pick up the product segment and category. So when you click on Nitin Gupta, you can find out which verticals was Nitin Gupta selling to, and you will find out this chart and also the customer names. So it gives the highlights of what Nitin Gupta used to sell versus what was the total sales in this pie chart also, and in the client names also. You can also drill down differently, wherein you can remove the filters from the salesperson, and you can go to a client, say Biological E Limited, and you want to find out the sales vertical as well as the salesperson who are selling to Biological E, and you can find out that Ramesh Babu and Michael Barbosa were selling to the Biological E. That is a company we are talking about. So you can drill in any manner. Now you want to find out who is actually selling maximum to the PSP segment, and we can click on PSP on the circle itself and filter the entire data to suit the PSP filter. You can find out the Aurobindo Pharma is the top customer to whom the PSP segment material was sold. Then it was Biological E, and these are the salesmen starting from Michael Barbosa to Nitin Gupta to Kamlesh Gupta to Suresh Dada and so on. So you can find out both segment wise, sales vertical wise customers as well as salesperson to whom the sales was happening. Now you may check out the entire detailed sales dashboard that we had created. This is a organization sales dashboard, so maybe this is useful for a CEO or a MD of the company to check out as to what has changed quarter on quarter, what has changed year on year, what has changed month on month, what is the comparison of sales between month A and month B in a particular 2-year period, and so on, right? So this same type of sales dashboard can be created for salesmen also, wherein we can actually divide the dashboard into different salespeople, and these different salespeople can check out that dashboard going themselves manually and using it as their benchmarking tool on day-to-day basis. As we all know, if you want to play any kind of a game, you need a scoreboard. It is very, very vague that one plays without a scoreboard and still enjoys. So what is the kind of scoreboard that today we are providing to our sales team is the question that a company needs to ask itself, or a CEO or a MD needs to know for himself. If we are unable to provide a proper scoreboard, people will lack enthusiasm and interest to actually work and enjoy the work. Now let us look at an example further to this, wherein we want to check sales of 2019 only and find out who were the customers who are performing, who are the top performers only from 2019 perspective instead of looking at 2018 and 19 2 years data, because someone may have left and someone may have rejoined and so on. So only clicking on 2019 and removing the select all will give you the sales data for 2019, wherein Ramesh Babu tops the list as against Michael Barbosa, who was topping the list for 2 years. Now, when you look at 2018 data and remove 2019, again the toppers will change. Michael Barbosa is on the top, but in 2019, Michael Barbosa is on 5th position. So this is how the behavioral change between the salespeople can also be gauged. Now you can gauge the top salesperson qua quarter. For example, in 2018 and 19, both years, let us check out who was the top performer in quarter, say 1. Just on a click of a button, you can find out Ramesh Babu was on the top. And what was the status of quarter 2? Suddenly we will find out that Michael Barbosa was on the top. In the quarter 3, again, there can be a different name who can be on the top. Again, it is Michael Barbosa, surprisingly. And again, 4, he is the topper. So this is how we can check out who is actually performing well in the organization. We can check out now you can suddenly think of 2019 in quarter 4, which were the sales verticals that were performing the most in the quarter 2 of 2019, say for example, or quarter 4 of. Now the management can suddenly have a question that what was the performance in quarter 4 of 2018, and just clicking on 2018 and quarter 4, you can find out the top performer was Michael Barbosa, and in the sales vertical you can find out that the top performer was pharma, and in this product segment the fluid handling was topping the list. Now you can click on fluid handling and find out who are the guys who were performing on fluid handling at the top, and you will find out Michael Barbosa suddenly becomes second and Kaushik Pal becomes first, as he was performing the most in the fluid handling, which is the largest segment available in this particular company. And you will find out 3M India is the top customer, followed by ACG Associated and ACG Pharma and so on, right? So this is how a lot of analysis is possible, and one can go deep into the subject. Like for example, one can now further go from quarter 4 to say October 2018, and inside the quarter 4 there is October, and just click of a button, the entire data is again chart to October 2018, where again there is a change in name and segment, and you can see fluid handling is topping the list and pharma is becoming the biggest sales vertical, right? So this is how a lot of analysis can be done with regards to the salesperson. The performance can be clearly measured, and the beauty of this thing is the data can be updated just by refreshing the details. Also, one can share this dashboard with his colleagues or his juniors, so that they can review this regularly and they can themselves measure the performance for themselves instead of post facto analysis. This can also be an helpful tool where one can do a pre, or you can say running data analysis, so that there is no delay in improving the performance, there is no delay in improving the thought process, there is no delay in improving the clear focus, and so on. So this is an amazing tool we have found useful for enterprise and corporates who are at a certain level and who feel that they want to use data as their preliminary driving force and want to operate on a data-based approach instead of a gut-based approach, which is generally been followed by the enterprise here. So let us try to adopt to this Power BI. We have also created one video wherein how easily you can set up Power BI and start using it and so on. So here is the case study. Feel free to reach out to us on our email ID, which is given in the bottom of this video, and also the WhatsApp number which is available for you to ask any queries with regards to this case study or any other type of case study or any ideas that you have for us to bring back to you the learning of this amazing tool. Thank you very much from Mitesh Katira and APMH and Associates. Thank you.